final score from Clune Arena, Air Force 67-59 over Cal State Fullerton. Vince Greco, Rachel Galligan. Rachel, the Falcons, they didn't ever quit in this basketball game. Might not have been the prettiest basketball game played. A lot of fouls were called, a lot of stoppages of play, but they showed a lot of poise down the stretch, and they prevail for the second time here at Clune Arena in this young season.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a grind, right? It's not always the prettiest. This was a game where you had 41 fouls called. It ended up being a really long game, well over 2 hours, but let's take a look at some of these stats. We talked about the rebounding numbers. It was pretty close. Fullerton with just a 3-point margin, but the Falcons did a really good job on the offensive glass, giving themselves 11 second chance points. Those came big, especially in the first half. Turnover numbers, I knew those would be huge. Fullerton with 21. That was a huge difference in this game. And Air Force, phenomenal job capitalizing off turnovers. As the Falcons, 17 of their 67 points, they were able to, just really capitalize, probably at the rim, getting themselves to the free throw line. That's the last step that I think is extremely glaring. That was dominant from the Falcons, who finished 21 of 26 from the free throw line, shot 81%, phenomenal job, versus the Titans, just 11 of 17, shooting 65%. And like you said, Vince, it was not pretty. It was a grind, and there was a lot of adversity, a lot of different momentum swings and frustrations. But Air Force 2-2 defended their home court today against the Titans.
I like how they're playing here at Clune Arena, and I'm glad you mentioned those free throws because we're hard on the Falcons, but they really did a great job today, and so did this young lady, Brianna Autry-Thompson. What more can you say about that leadership? 14 points today, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and she got hurt a little bit late in the game, and it was good to see her come back in. And on the other side, Cal State Fullerton Titans, Jovanovic, she really kept this close for her team down the stretch as she scored from outside and inside. But we talked about her, Rachel, in the pregame. Sierra Winters, 14 points, and the stat we don't keep is how many jump balls did she have today? She was scrapping on the floor, forcing those turnovers. And so what you saw on the offensive end did not reflect how well she played on the defensive end.
Well, and she got a lot of confidence in that second half getting it to the rim. We saw that play. That was a pivotal bucket right there where she was able to take it coast to coast. But also Riley Snyder came on in the second half, playing a little bit with her back to the basket, showing some versatility, and finding a way to kind of get her open, get her more involved in that offense. What I love about Riley Snyder's game is she can stretch it, she can shoot the three, she can get going. And between Winters and Snyder, those two offensively definitely were the spark plug. We talked about this team as a second half team. That prediction did pretty much held true today as Air Force takes another win at home, but with 3 players in double figures. You have Riley Snyder finished with 18, Sierra Winters with 14, and Autry-Thompson with 14 as well.
I know it's early. I know it's early in this basketball season, but it's been fun to watch these games at home. A lot of fight, a lot of energy from Coach Gobrecht's squad. Hopefully that will continue as we get closer and closer to conference play. Once again, the final score today, 67-59. Falcons will be at Army on Wednesday, November 24th. Back here, at Norfolk State, Saturday, November 27th. And then, as the calendar changes to December, the Falcons will be right back here on Thursday, December 2nd, 6:30 tip-off for that one. Hopefully, you will all join us for that one. For our entire Falcon Vision crew, I'm Vince Greco alongside Rachel Galligan saying good afternoon, everyone.